Hello, today the main topic is that the earth is already on fire. The Bible verse, Proverbs 29 verse 16. When the wicked increase, transgression increases, but the righteous will look upon their downfall. The wicked will increase, and transgression will increase. But the righteousness will not suffer. Those who are righteous will see that people are worried, will see that people are crying, will see that there is lack of food, but they will not suffer. However, the righteous, they may be suffering from hardship. But how will we get through these so that it will not affect us? We will see that there's hardships all around us. While we're in this country, not just in our state but other states, there are wildfires. We think that this country is so great. We think that there will be a lot of technology that will take out these wildfires. We think that it will be easy to put out these fires. But our thinking is not true. Once there is a wildfire, we can't put it out. We just have to let it burn. We have to let it burn for many, many acres. Once that fire has burned, the hardships that follow, the trees are on fire, there will be less trees, and this earth will warm up more and more. And these fires do not only affect the trees, the houses nearby the fire, they are also burnt. And the fire also burns the cities nearby. And the gas stations are burnt as well. And the animals also get burnt in these fires. How much property and how much damage will we suffer from if our house gets burnt? When we are in our house, we don't have time to rest. What will happen if we don't have a house? How heartbroken will we be? After these wildfires cause global warming, the ice will melt, and there will be more ocean water. Animals who live in the cold cannot survive. their population will decrease.
ပေါ်လေတီအားတော့
The sea level will rise.
တီဘလာကလိုတီကလိုလေပေါ်အော်လေဘူးမှုချမတီကလိုတပညာဝဒါလို့သေး
Fresh water that we drink from will decrease.
တလို့တနော်တယောခနဲ့ပေါ်တော့အပါတီပါ
In some places, people don't have water to drink,
ပေါ်တယ်လူပါတီပါ
don't have water to bathe.
တော့အပါတီကရှောပါ
They don't have clean water to drink.
တလူပါတီပါတော့အပါတီကရှောပါအလို့ခိနေ
After they cannot bathe or drink clean water,
တရကဟဲတရကဟဲပေါ်ဟဲပေါ်ထတာခိ
there will be hardships that follow.
ပေါ်တနော်နေလူတာပရတော့ညာ
Some people get boils all over their body.
တနော်နေခဖလူ
Some people get diarrhea.
လူတာခဖလူအလို့ခိနေပါထတာကလေပါထတာကခိနေမြတာတတိတာကွာဥရလေတကရစီဝဒပါတီ
And what follows is death, even though they should not be dying.
အဝိတရကလည်းဟဲပေါ်ထတာခိဟဲပေါ်ထတာကခိ
And then there are more hardships that follow.
ဘယ်လဲပဲဟဲလကောအမေရိကပူနေ
Us who came and live in America,
မိဥအပေါ်တော့ပကပါလူလူတို့ပါ
we don't have fires to put out.
ပါစရပွားလဲပဒူလကောပီယောရဘဟက်ပီဟက်တဖာနေ
But those of us who came from Burma,
ဟဲလာပိုလကောပီယောဘရခနဲ့ပိုရပတလဲခေါပရို
when we lived in Burma, we had our journeys.
ပပါလူမိဥ
We had to put out fires.
တယောခနဲ့မိဥအပွား
There are wildfires.
မူမီအပွားနဘာလူလာ
And once it's in the jungle, we have to try to put it out.
ပမဲတလူမသိပါနဲ့
If we don't try to put out the fire,
မိဥနဲ့အော်ဒါဟက်ကီပူရချဒူပတော်
the fire will come closer to our village.
ဟက်ကီအော်တီတေဝပိုလပအော်တေပချာနီကလိုချီတဖာနေ
It will burn our crops that we sell and eat,
အော်ဒါနေမိဥနဲ့သူဟက်ကီအော်ရာဘူရချပူဒရနေ
so that the wildfires will not come near our village.
ပလူစကတော့တော်
The whole village try to put it out.
လူတကတဲ့နေပါ
Not just one person cannot put out the fire.
တဘလခေါ်တဲ့တယောခနဲ့တယောခနဲ့တကူဒူရကလီချူတနေ
But sometimes it's too hot and too windy,
မချခနဲ့ပလူတနေပါနဲ့ဘာပလက်အော်နေလား
so during the day we can't put it out. We just let it burn.
ပခေါ်လေမနာခေါ်
We wait until nighttime,
မနာခေါ်မှာပလူတဲ့တဘလတော့
and in the nighttime we try to put out the fire.
မနာခေါ်နဲ့အော်ဒါတကူဒူဘာကလီတချူပါ
At night it's not too hot or too windy,
အော်နဲ့ပလူပါမျိုးညော့တဲ့
so it's easier to try to put out the fire.
ဟောကိုဒဘလဘူအပူပိုလာအပူခက်ခဲနေ
The earth that we live on right now,
အလောကရမီဦးလေအော်ပွာလီ
it is like the fire that is in the wilderness.
တရပကပါပါပါတာဖေဒခေါနေဒီ
What we should be aware of here,
မီအော်ပွာလီ
there's a wildfire.
မီအော်ပွာကိုဝီလီ
The fire is burning the earth.
ပွာလာလူမတိမီဦးယောအိုကွာ
Are there anyone to try to put out the fire?
ပကပါပါပါတာ
We have to be aware.
ပမေပါပါတာတွင်နေ
If we are aware,
မီဦးအော်ပွာကိုဝီလီ
the earth is burning.
ပွာလာလူမတိမီဦးယေရဒနာကေ
If there are only 5 people who will try to put out this fire,
ပွာလာလူရှိုရကေမီဦးနိုယေရာ
there are 5 people who put more fire.
ချမွန်ဒါကွာပွာအတော့ပွာကတကေရလူမီဦး
So if there are 100 people who try to put out the fire,
ပွာလာတာကေမီဦးဒဂါ
if there is one evil person,
လူရှိုအားရကေမူခုသူလူရှိုခုသူအားမီဦးဒဂါနေ
who secretly puts out more fire,
ချမွန်ဒါကေမူနဘလူကနေ
do you think we can put out the fire?
ယနာလည်းတနေမှာမနော်
I believe we cannot.
ပကွာတာပကွာဒီကတဲ့ပဲတလည်းခေါပလို့ကောပြောလား
I'm going to talk about my story in Burma.
ပလူရှိုအားရကေမူမစ်ထတ်တော့နော်တကယ်မနဘလူတနေပါ
If nobody is going to try to put out the fire, then we can't stop the fire.
အော်ဒါပလူမျိုးယေဒနာကေတော့
So there are 5 people who's chasing the fire.
ပလူရှိုအားရကေမူမျိုးယေရနေမူနဲ့လော်တီလီလော်ပတဲ့နေပါ
But if there are 5 people who put out more fire, then we definitely cannot put it out.
ပေါ်ကလောခေါ်ဝေအဆုတ်တော့
So let's look at COVID times.
ဖက်ပိုစတေဝီ
While we were in this state,
ပဒိုဟီလာတကလီလော်တော့ခိနွီ
the government told us to lock down for 2 weeks.
ဒီမဲ့လော်တော့လီဘဒနေဘာလို့ဟီလာ
During lockdown, we have to stay home.
မဲတယ်မလက်တရရီဒိုမန်ပတပါလက်ကီဖီမာပါ
If it's not important, we cannot go outside.
တလမလောတနနပါပနိတမတလက်တမဝနနေပါချီ
Some jobs were closed and we couldn't go and make money.
မဲလေရောဒနေအဝဒါယမာတချိုင်ဝတနေတမတပိပါ
Since I worked in the hospital, my job didn't close.
ယဘလော်တော့နေယဘလက်တမလား
I still had to go to work during lockdown.
ယလက်တမဒါချီတီလပေါ်ဒနောဟာနော်လောကရဆိုင်ဘေပေါ်ဒါကိလူရကြက
When I went to work, I saw a few people on a bicycle, 4 or 5 people.
အဝဒဟာလကွဲလော
They're just going out and about.
တမီအရီဒူလာအဝတလက်တကေဝပါ
It's not a necessity or a necessary thing to do.
အဝနေဖက်လော်တော့ချေကတော့နေ
And this was during lockdown.
ဖိုင်ဘင်တလပ်ကဘာနာပူနေ
Something that we need to understand here,
တာကောတခက်တာကူတာဝတာတတိတပါအချက်တော့ခိုဝေအချက်တော့ကြိုင်းနေ
during hardships and a lot of death occurring during this lockdown,
ပဒိုဟီလာတကလလော်တော့ပဒိုဒိုနာကလီပါ
some people did not listen to the government.
ပလက်ကိဖက်ပလက်ကိဖက်ဘာသာလေကြမီနေ
And when we just go outside for whatever we want,
ပလက်ရတာချခမီပါကွာ
if we get like the virus,
တာချဝနေ
the sickness,
ပကတကလီရာဝရကလေရချူတာလောရတော့ကြတော့
and we spread it to other places or people,
ဒါဝနေပွာကတော့ကလေအားရတော့
and then they will spread it to more people.
အဝိလောရမနုလေ
So what is this like?
အလောရမီဦးအော်ဒါပလူမလောပေယော
It is like the wildfire that people try to chase.
ဘာသာတော့ပေါ်ဒနော်နာလုံရှောအားကမူဘရ
But there are some people who add to the fire.
အဝနေမီတလဘွာပါစုပါတာ
So this is something we have to be aware of.
လက်တကောတာခဲဟိုတနေ
Because of these hardships,
ဟိဘခဘဒနော်နေအဝတဲ့ခိုဘေအချက်တော့နေတီလေပလောက်ဝတဲ့တကားလား
some families during COVID, there's only one survivor.
ခဘဒလက်တတူဘရခါယဟိုတနေ
Something that they're going through,
အဝတဲ့တမွေကခရီဥဒနော်တမွေကခရီအကမနဒီနိုင်ခရီမ
they deny Christ.
ဆမနမူယမိုယပါရာယေအဒပညာဘာမနုဟလကဆာဘာကောဝလေ
They blame God because of the deaths that they witness,
တကမနတပလူဘကေရလာတိုင်လေပါ
and they don't feel God's love anymore,
အဝတဲ့နောက်တဲ့ဒီနိုင်ခရီဥဒနော်
and then they deny Christ.
တာမူချန်ညနေတာတော်တလူတပန်အားလား
And then more wickedness increase.
ပကတိပါလာတော့အဝဒါကိုဘီယိုယိုကို
For example, in Burma,
ချိဘကဘဟီတာဖာလေအဝဟီတာဖာလေဂျမ်ဒီပဒူအသောလာဝတဲ့အေဝနီ
citizens vote for the government that they so choose,
အဝဒမန်ဒတာဖာ
and they win.
ပါစနာကနေအဝဒနေမတာခရရလေကထပ်ပတိကောပါ
But they don't have the right to govern the country.
သူမဆိုရနေအဝဒဖော်လူဖော်ပဲဒီ
And the military catch them
သူနေတယ်ခုဘူး
and put them in prison.
သူနမတီပဲဒီ
Some people are killed,
မေလပပနပမတော်ပါဝိမပါခိုတီရမူ
and some women are assaulted and then lit on fire.
လေဘကဘီယဘူးနမတာခခဲ
This is happening in Burma.
ဝနခဲနေပူဘာမူကကူလား
Here we are living just fine.
လေတမတယ်ကဘီယခခဲရဒီနေ
But the situation in Burma right now,
ဒီလာဘထုပဖို့တော့မတချီတန်နီချီလူနီချီယနီအတပါရနေ
like the young girls who are 12 to 15 years old,
ပမတော်ပါဝဲဒီ
they are assaulted
မြေဝင်ပွာခိုတီရတယ်မူ
and then they are lit on fire.
အဝဲတာတော်လူဒီပါဟဲ့ဦးတော့
These are the wickedness that increase.
တနော်နေအဝဲအဟီခေါ်ဝမူပတ်တယ်နေပွာခိုလေမူ
Some people's homes are burnt
ဘာခီလေပေါ်လာကလာ
and they have to go run in the jungle.
တော်ပါ
They don't have food.
လော်ဒို
They're starving.
တော်ပါလော်ဒိုတီဂရတနော်ရဖိုင်နော်
And some people die because of this.
တာကောတာခဲစပနေအား
There are more and more hardships.
တ keep a copy on a kito
In 2021 in Burma,
to Masoro Hinisuta Mahoda
the person Thumosoro,
dictator.
the dictator, took over,
Other than Taduta Yadaba Ura,
and there's more war.
Tamatila Tatama Wamuapa,
There are more killing of one another.
to Masoro the Puini, Mauma thought the Tatanyane.
And the dictator does this much evil.
Wala Masu, what the order the Pugida.
There's also people who's helping this dictator.
Ado Russia, through you, India.
For example, the Russian, the Chinese, the Thai, and the Indians.
How the Russia through Indian, the China, Thumasuru, Tasuku.
For example, Russia and India sell weaponry to Burma, to the dictators.
Memele you would do it in
And the Thai
our loop power up, Pola, Todak to Masura Puna Hilla, get you to Masura Jibu.
will imprison those who go against the dictator and give them back to the dictator.
Are we a Lord Amnule?
And what does this look like?
Lord, me uni order, Pola, a Lusho Aragimuno Udano.
This looks like the wildfire, and there are some people who's trying to put it out.
Pola Masuera, to Masura the Pui, Meva. Pola thought out to Masura the Pui.
There are some people who go against the dictator and do bad things. But there are also people who help the dictator. So we have to know that this fire cannot cease. It will only increase. And we look at Aung San Suu Kyi. Aung San Suu Kyi has one thing that she did wrong. So they are sued because of genocide. But Aung San Suu Kyi is sided with the. Okay, so the group that he's talking about didn't do any wrong. But because they are okay, so Aung San Suu Kyi was saying that these people didn't do any wrong. So she defended the people doing the genocide. Because of this, the Thumasuru people have hardship after this. Now they're in prison. We're going to read Proverbs 13:20. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Because Aung San Suu Kyi defended this group, now she's suffering hardship.
Ukraine and Russia
Right now, Ukraine and Russia are fighting each other. And the reason is, at first they were helping the dictators in Myanmar.
Russia Ukraine a channel
Russia and Ukraine were selling weapons to the dictators in Burma. And when they didn't realize it,
เอาแต่ขี้พุ่งในบักกิดดูละแกตา
Those two groups are now at war with each
เขาบอก
other
ตาเลยเอาแต่เล่มมาจูบแบบเล่มมาจูบแบบว่าอุปตาพูดตาเนี่ย
since they went and helped this dictating group.
รัสเซียตีวัวมัวปะ
Russia, people die,
ยูเครนตีวัวมัวปะ
and Ukrainian citizens die.
ดอกพอละมาจูรัสเซียพูดเนี่ยโอ้กี่ดอก
And there are a group that helped the Russians too.
เอาแต่ละก็แต่แค่จะแบบอ้วนแล้วก็อะไรหรอ
So there are only hardships that are increasing,
แต่ชัวร์ละปะ
and it does not decrease.
เอาแต่ปกติว่าตาวเลยอีกขั้นเนาะ
And we're going to look at the picture
เจ้าว่าในชวน
here.
นี่เนาะตาวราคาวินี่เอาแต่เลยอิสราเอล
This is a photo in Israel.
ตาวน่ะก็ตาวดบูดเลยตาวดบูดเล่มกุนมันเนาะขี้บูนเลยตาวน่ะให้เลยอิสราเอล
These two photos on the slideshow are from Israel.
ตาวน่ะบอกเลยเทเลวิ
This place is called Tel Aviv.
แค่อีเล่จะมันได้ห้ามมาคาร์ลตาววิล่ะ
And this is the place that's being attacked by the Hamas.
แต่เอาแต่ตาราคาวินเอาแต่เกย์แต่พันเอาแต่ขึ้นเอาแต่ตักแควตายาเลยขึ้นเอาแต่ตักแควตายาเลยปดูเลยมือตะกอมือข้าตะกอแควปากระเกย์อับแควตายา
Here they are fighting for gay rights.
เอาแต่มาว่าจะนี่ติจิบาลขี้เนี่ย
Not long after this,
พอให้ตารอรับให้อุตกอว่าเดี๋ยวห้ามมาคาร์ลว่าเดี๋ยว
now they're being attacked by the Hamas.
เอาแต่ก็ได้เอาแต่ตาคุมา
At first they were very happy
เอาแต่ขึ้นเอาตักแควตายาใจมินเนี่ย
and they were asking for their rights.
ภาษาดัตติจิบันเดตักก็ตักแค่เนี่ยให้อุให้ดูว่าเดี๋ยว
But not long after, they are facing hardships.
ก็โดนซีเรียสว่าซีคี
Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death.
แต่ว่าเกล้ละอัลลุปะญานะเกล้ละอัลลุปะญามันญานะโอ้ยภาษาอักษรมีตาตีด้วยล่ะเอาเนี่ยพลาดเลยลาว่าจะอเมตัดเนี่ยพลาดอัลลุหรอ
For them, it seems like this is the right way.
ภาษาที่จีบันเนี่ยตาข้าตาก็ตาแค่เนี่ยให้ดูว่าจะเอาจะติดญาติป่ะ
But not long after, they're facing hardships that they didn't realize they were going to face.
ตัวก็เกี่ยกว่าเราเกี่ยวกับแต่ว่าสิ่งนี้เวลาเอาเนี่ยอะไรก็ไม่มาแล้วก็ไม่กลับนะวินตาเวลาไม่กลับนะ
This is a photo from America.
เลสิญญาเนาะเลสิญญาจากบาลีเอาเนี่ยมาแล้วอเมริกาเนาะ
This is in America.
ปกครองอันนกษัตริย์ดาวน์เอาไว้ฮิวตักคนเดียวแล้วบอกเลยเกย์
The president gave gay rights marriage.
เอาแต่ละเป็นไม่มาดีเนี่ยเป็นที่ไม่ก่อนนะไม่มาดีเนี่ย
So if our country does this,
แต่มันนึกให้อุตกรณ์เป็นปกติที่น่าชัว
we should know what will happen to us next.
ปกติพามาเตะสุดที่คือสุดที่ดูเลยแต่
We're going to read Matthew 16:1-3. And the Pharisees and Sadducees came, and to test him, they asked him to show them a sign from heaven. He answered them, "When it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be stormy today, for the sky is red and threatening. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times."
ก็สักครั้งเมื่อเราปกติตาบนนอ
Jesus told us to interpret the signs.
ปกติตาบนนอตาบนนอปกติตาบนนอตากจัวตากกลัวกลีกเฮียเนี่ยเดี๋ยวเราปกติตาบนนอนี่ด้วยล่ะ
We have to see, is it going to rain? Is it going to be stormy? Is it going to be windy?
ปกติตาบนนอแล้วก็ไปย่อ
We look at the signs in Burma.
ปกติตาบนนอแล้วอิสราเอล
We look at the signs in Israel.
ปกติตาบนนอแล้วรัสเซียและยูเครน
We look at the signs from Russia and Ukraine.
เขาจะเล่าพี่ออสเตรเลียและดีไฟมาว่าดัดปกติพูดแต่เนี่ย
Because Aung San Suu Kyi defended the dictating military group,
ตาก็ตาให้ดูกี่อ๋อ
now she's facing hardships.
เขาจะเล่ารัสเซียและยูเครนคลิปเนี่ยชาเนี่ยว่าปกติตาจุกว่าเนี่ยตาก็ตาให้ดูว่าดี
Because Russia and Ukraine sold weapons to evil people, now they're suffering from hardships.
อิสราเอล
Israel,
เอาแต่ขึ้นเอาแต่ตาก็ได้แล้วบอกเลยเกย์
They are asking for gay rights,
တီဘရတာကတာကဟဲတူဝဲတီ
and not long after they have to face suffering.
ချီကလပူလာပူရမ
How about the country we're in right now?
ပကောခွာကကြတာဝဲလည်းမမာဒီနေ
If our own president is doing these things,
အော်ဒါနဲ့ပတိဘကောတီဘရတာမနုကဟဲဝတကောဘနဘတ်တင်ညာချော
so not long what's going to come visit us, we should know.
ပကဘာထုတတခဖဲတာပနော်ဝိဒပကဘာတင်ညာလတာမနုကဟဲပါဘလေ
We should compare the signs and know what's coming for us.
တာကတာခဲနေကအိုရာကအားရောလား
The hardships will only increase.
ဂိနေကအားရောလားဂိ
Gay marriages will increase.
တာခါတီလာတာခါတီလာတဲ့မကအားရောလား
Shooting each other, shootings will increase.
တာတာဦးလောဒနကအားရောလား
Starvation will increase.
ဝရကအားရောလား
Only bad things will increase.
အော်နေပကဘာတင်ညာချော
So we should know first.
တလကဆာနကမနတမီတမီလောနေ
Something that God will do every day,
အော်ဒါတဲချောလာခိပဒက
He tells somebody first.
အော်ဒါမိတဲချောမနာဝတ်မာရမ
If you don't tell them, they won't do it.
အော်ဒါဦးဒပလနေဘနန္ဒဟက်တယ်လီ
So one time, Nada already said it.
ယနကရတဲ့ဒပလလီ
I already said it.
နန္ဒဟက်တယ်လေဘေပါတာအော်ဒါ
Nada said, buy food.
ယရနေတဲ့လေဘာတီတီလာမနယနေဟက်တယ်လေဘာတီတီပတိဘဂနေတရခဲတူဘခရတီယာ
And I said, maybe.
တင်ညာလော်တီပါ
We don't know for sure.
ဘာစရဘမေကွာတာပနော်တဲ့ပါလေရတဲ့ဝိဒနေတာဘမေကွာတာပနော်လေရတဲ့တဲ့ဖာဒီနေ
But if we look at the signs that I talked about,
ပတိဘကဝိစကော
our country,
တာကောတာခဲတာခိတာစီတာတာလောနခဲဥတူဘခရတီ
wickedness and transgression may come visit us.
အော်ဒါနေကတော်တာ
So be prepared.
အဝနေပတဲလေမူအော်ရာဝီမူဟောကိုဝီမနော်
We're talking about the earth burning from fire.
တာဝီတဲ့ဘနဲ့ဟပ်ပါထရပေါ်ဒီလေ
And how will these words, how can it relate to us?
ဒီတော့ပကထရဆတဲ့ကနေဝနေ
So that we can fight against these times.
ထဲတမီလေပခိနေစီရွာဝတီလာ
It's just to run to Jesus.
ပမေတိုပူရရွာပမေတဟေရွာတာလောလနဝတိပါနေ
If we don't give God number one,
တာကောတာခဲတဲ့မခဲတူပါ
we will face suffering.
ပမေပွာလာဖာယကလူထကောနေတဲ့
If we love to read the Bible every day,
ခေပါတိပါကောနေတဲ့
pray every day,
ပမေတင်ညာလာတဲ့တာချုကမနာရီတို့မလော
if we know that prayer is very important,
တာချုကတော်နေမလဲတာချုကပါ
we put our time to prayer.
တာဖာယကတဲ့ပပါလေ priority နဲ့နော်တူ
If we prioritize reading God's words,
ပမေခေပါတိပါလေပတိပကောရဝခေပါတိပါလေတာစစ်တူ
if we pray intensively for our country,
ဒီတော့အတိကောမနာကထောက်ကလေးအေယွာ
so that our country will love God,
အဝနေပမေပွာလေမီဦးအရဘလူမတီဝရမီဦး
we are somebody who is trying to put out the fire.
ဘာသာ
However,
ပမေပွာရကလေ
if we are somebody who,
တနည်းနည်းတာဖာလီချစ်ခရပါ
I don't have time to read the Bible today.
ခင်းနည်းတာဖာလီချစ်ခရပါ
Second day, I don't have time to read the Bible.
တနည်းနည်းတာပါတိပါခရပါ
Any day, I don't have time to pray.
ခင်းနည်းတာပါတိပါခရပါ
Second day, I don't have time to pray.
ဘာဘတကမာတာ
Let's see what will happen.
အဝနေပပတင်ညာလဘတလေမီဦးအရဘလူမတီမီဦးပါ
We should know that we are the earth is burning, but we're not putting out the fire.
မူအရဘကွာညလား
We're just watching it burn.
တခေတာဒုရခါ
We're going to give an example.
လေပတမလော
In our job,
ပတကောယေရမတမတဘူခေါ
we have 5 friends working together.
ပွာလူနေမတမညာလေလု
There's 4 people who's working so hard.
ပွာကိုဘတက
There might be one person
တမတမပါ
who's not doing work.
ရှင်ကောရာဖောလော
They're just watching their phone.
သူတို့မပေါ်ရနာအတလောကွာချမ်းမ
Isn't this person so bad?
တကဘာတော်ပလက်တက်တာဘာသာဒနာကနေပဝနေပလောရပေါ်ကလာအတမတမဝနေပါဝဲနရပွာအတီအကနေ
But there are many people who are like the person just watching their phone.
ပွာကိုဝဲတနော်ရပွာကိုဝဲတနော်ရဖတ်ချက်ကောနေတဲ့
There may be some people who read the Bible every day
ခေဘာတိပါခလကောနေတဲ့
and have time to pray every day.
But there
are some people who don't have time for this. So it's like there are some people who will put out the fire and don't put out the fire. So they're just like watching their phone while other people are trying to put out the fire. Aren't these people so terrible? So we should know ourselves. If we are someone who we should know that if we don't have time to pray or read the Bible, that people don't like it. Don't like us. So question yourself. Am I very bad to look at? If I am someone terrible to look at, what should I do? I told the kids to go back and read Proverbs. Some of them read it. Some don't know any verses yet. So you should know yourself that you're not very good. For some of us, the fire is burning in our house and we don't try to put it out. We're not even talking about the jungle anymore. We know that a lot of our kids don't like to read the Bible. They don't like to give their time to God. They just love their phone. They just love their friends. A lot of us don't realize we need to pray for our children. We don't have the heart to pray for change in our children. It's like there's a fire in our house and we're not trying to put it out. We're not even talking about the jungle anymore. It's not close to my house. Since we don't pray for our children to change, their bad characteristics will spread to other people and spread more and more. It's like the fire burning more and more. If we're someone who doesn't love to give time to God, the fire will burn more. There will be more suffering. More famine and starvation will come. However, right now we're going to go to... Oh, we're going to B-side now. Okay. How are we going to get through these things? During these hard times and hardships, how will we get through it? So that we will have enough to eat? So that we will be happy? How will we get there? God was going to give the Israelites the promised land. There's already people in the promised land. But God said, I will give it to you. What do you think will happen if I go to Dileth's house and tell him to get out? Before he calls 911, he will definitely punch me. And he might call 911 after. Do you think I can tell him to get out of his house and before he finds a new one, tell him to go live on the street? We'll know what's going to happen. But God was going to give the Israelites the promised land. There's already a homeowner there. But God said, I will give it to you. Psalms 111 verse 6. He has shown his people the power of his works in giving them the inheritance of the nations. Galatians 3 verse 9. So then, those who are of faith are blessed along with Abraham, the man of faith.
So Abraham dan mi one do da tidak so Abraham ni taba do penni taba ti do da. Masih baga. Akamnya ni ne. Peme ona tanah ne.
So if we have faith,
ta ulo ke saya ulo da pa ini penha me bu ne.
If we have faith that God will keep the promises He made,
Peme phoka ne.
if we hold on to it,
Me ole pata bu ne.
if it's in our heart,
Peme ole le chaji ba na.
not in the Bible,
Me ole pata bu ma la.
if it's in our heart,
Me ole pata bu ne le ta ko ta ko da wa chu ne pa ne pa ko opwe.
if it's in our heart, when we are going through these hard times, we will not suffer.
Ta bu lo do chu da ke da wa da ke di the wa da million billion trillion.
During famine, we will be millionaire, trillionaires.
Basara buane do ni dala basara do ni da buen daga pa ko.
But this is individualized. This
Buane
is
buane panha di le.
how much faith do we have?
Ahora pola ke ba ti pa so bu ka so bu he kilo do bu le ba ta tinya nya.
How many of us prayed that the gas price will decrease?
Neme ke ba ti pa le mo do ka so bu he kilo ki ni ba ta le ni jor tinya.
Please raise your hand if you prayed that gas prices will lower.
Mo ni nyo ke ba. Ahora mo do so bu he ti pa $3 kan ni ke ba ti pa ri ba.
When gas prices were $3, I didn't pray yet.
$3 da pa ti ba na tha ara.
But it kept rising.
Tha de le $2.
And then it got to $4.
Da pa ti ri ba tha ara.
It didn't stop there, it kept going up.
Tha de le $2 ba je sara ke ba ti pa li.
After it went to $4, I started praying.
Je ke di.
I prayed like this.
$1. $1 he kilo de $1.
I pray that the gas price will go down to $1.
$2 na adle.
$2 is too much.
Ba me ta chok da ke ne wi Elisha so het do gili.
Because the times of Elijah are here.
Wi Elisha so ne ta menu ma ta da tel a gile ba.
We're not going to talk about Elisha anymore,
Aka me ne pa ke ni khola ba ta.
but we're asking that we'll get a free gift.
Do de ni da le pa pho da menu le.
So that we'll get, what will we get?
Wi Elisha so ne pa sala ban ni ba da ni ba khola ba du da ta.
During the times of Elisha, the people got the enemy's food for free.
Ta ba pu le ki no da ba.
They didn't have to spend any money.
Aw da ne ye ne na ri.
So I believed this.
Ta ko ta ke chok do wi ne.
During these hard times,
Ye ke do.
I'm wealthy.
Ye ke ne ba he free.
I will get a free house.
Ye ke pu ke ba yu.
I will buy a plane.
Ata the mya ne li bya we me.
I believed this much.
You go pick up you let a clean ya ugly ma. Kabaji the na a clean ugly da.
I'll get a plane that's faster than the wings.
Aja jan la. Do the near the lepan na le ka ken ya so he kilo gili.
Okay, after I prayed, the gas price lowered.
Le bo ja da ma de le ka ke he kilo le ki le set ba phala li ma na.
Now the gas price on MLK, Martin Luther King,
Pa ke ba ti ba le so bo ke lo ki la pa da po wi.
there's only 2 people who prayed in the church to lower the gas price.
So bo ke lo pa nya.
And the gas price lowered a lot.
Ta me ke ko da ni.
If we all asked,
Ta ka ma da di le.
what will happen?
Po ne ta la ke sa ya to le ni sa ko bu ba.
God is not in nature.
Awa ora ora ni sa a pha ko.
He is above nature.
Ahora para ba ko la ta pu ta ka li da para ba ku ba wa ba.
We don't have to worry about like bad weather.
Po ko le yu a me ra ba khia.
We have to look at God and ask.
Ya ko so ro te so bo ye.
James 1 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him.
တဲ့ဒါခေးတယ်လေယူလာဟိတာညောတာညောဦးတော့
So James 1 verse 5 says, let ask God, who gives generously.
ဘယ်မခေးလေယူလို့နေ
If we ask directly to God,
ပလာလဲလာထော်ကဲမနေကထော်တာတနိုင်တချီ
our hourly wage will be $10 an hour.
ထော်တူကလာ
It will go up.
ပါတရာပတဘာလဲခေးလေပနမကိုပါ
We don't have to go ask our managers.
ပတဘာခေးလေပတူပေါ်ပါ
We don't need to ask the government.
တောင်းနေတမီပတနီပတလဲယူပါ
That's not something that we need to go ask them. We
ပ
ask
တနီပတလဲ
God.
ပါကညော
Oh, that is believing in people, not God.
ကစားမဝတိလော
God can do it.
လူကတချီခေါ်ချပခိချင်းဝီ
In Luke 18:27, but he said, what is impossible with man is possible with God.
တော့ဒါပါကညောမတဲ့သေးပါတော့လား
What is impossible with man
ကစားနေမှာသေးတော့လား
is possible with God.
အော်ဒါရရခေပါတူပါကြမီ
So I pray like this.
ရတပါမတမပါ
I don't have to work,
ပါစရရတဲ့တလန်အော်1 million
but I will get $1 million a month.
ရခေကြနေ
I pray like this.
အော်ဒါနဲ့ဘူရလီ
And right now it's getting closer.
ဟာတူလက်ကလပါလီ
It's come a long way.
အတေးမတူကတိရလေရကထရီလီယံ
Soon you'll see that I'm a trillionaire.
ဒိုတနီတလည်းပနာရီလေ
So what are we believing in?
နေနနာရီလေ
What are you believing in?
နမေနာလည်းနမေကူကချလာပဒူရဂိုင်ရာပူရာပဒူရဂိုင်ပူရဂျမီတာပူတာနမေနာယနေတာဟက်တူနာတာဝဘဟက်တူနာတဲ့ပါ
If you complain like, oh, the government is doing this or the president is doing this, good things will not happen to you.
ယချီလောမ
My money is missing.
ယဖေးစတဲ့ဘယ်နေလောမလူချီ
My pay stub was missing. It was $40.
ယတာကကြတော့လားတာယတာကကြ
I
တော့
was
လား
very worried.
ယပါတလက်ခေါပလိတာမကွညာ
I want to go complain to my manager.
မသာပါစနာကြတာကစားတဲ့ရဒီ
But God told me like this.
လေတရီ
Don't go.
နလက်ခိတမချမင်းနေတဲ့ကနေလေတရီတော့လား
Even though you can go ask for help, don't go.
ဟောဒါရခေပါတိပါ
So I prayed.
အခရကနေခေပါတိပါလာလက်ကတော့
So I pray that my hourly wage will increase.
လာလက်ထောပါချီလောမ
And my hourly wage will increase even though my money is missing.
ယစခိလာလက်ကတော့
I pray.
တထောပါလာလက်ချီလောမ
But my wage didn't go up. My money went missing instead.
အော်ဒါနေချတ်လက်ကြီးတထုပါဒီ
So I changed my prayer.
ကစားယော
God,
လာလက်မင်းထောပါနာကြီးဦးရပါ
even if my hourly wage don't increase, it's okay.
ယချီမီတလောမအားရောနေပါလီ
If I don't keep losing my money, it's okay.
ယခေပါတိပါတင်နီရလောမရတာ
I pray every year, but it go missing.
ဟဲကရတင်နီရလောမရတာ
This year went missing again.
အော်ဒါနေယခေပါတိပါလေယခေပါတိပါလာထောယခေပါတိပါလေချစ်တလောမပါလား
So now I just pray that my money won't go missing.
ဘာသာတချုတ်ဟက်တူဝတ်ဘလာ
But there came a time when
တတူကလာမနော်အော်ဒါလက်တပတ်တာဘူးနေ
suddenly
လာလက်ထောဝဒါလူဒေါ်လာပလေ
my wage increased $4.
အနနနဒါလည်းပတာတန်အနနလာလက်ထောတာဖဲတနီနေဖဲအဆက်ကလာမနော်
Usually it just increases by the cent.
ဘာသာနာကနေလက်တတူကလာနေထောဝလူဒေါ်လာပလေ
But suddenly it increased by $4.
အခါမြနဲ့ပလိုဘာတဲ့ပခိလေးယုံမဲ့ပခိလေးပါညောင်းလေ
So when we need something, do we ask God or do we ask people?
အဝနဲ့ဒိုဒနီဒါလည်းယူရကလူထားအိုလဘကိုဘတ်ဝါဝနေ
So do we have God in our hearts or not?
အော်ဒါတာခတ်တာကချုပ်တော်ဝင်းနေ
So during these hard times,
နမင်းနာလေ
if you believe
နကနေပါဟီဖီနေပါသေးလား
that you will get a house, you will.
ပနာဟုပါလေပပွေထရောတပဒေါ်လာမြာ
We learned that somebody bought a church for $1.
ဒီချမလေအော်တဲ့တနာလကနေဝညနေပါ
I don't think they believe that this will happen.
ပတနာမနဲ့ညီလေပွေလေဒေါ်လာမင်းနေဒီတော့
If there are people who don't believe but get a church for $1,
ပွေပဲမင်းနာတယ်ဘယ်နေပါ free သေးလား
if we believe, we might get one for free.
ရချမဒီဘာသာတဲ့တော့နေနေရကလစမာကတိမနာ
I want to say a lot more, but I'll try to end it here.
အဝနာပွေတနိုနေဘာကစမတာချူတာချာ
Some of us suffer from illness.
ဘယ်ဒေါ်လာပွားကလေးဥစကောပါ
we want people to come visit us.
ဘာသာနဲ့ပါလေကိုဘာတူပါ
But people don't have time to come visit us.
ပထမအကောတယ်လား
We all have a lot of work.
ဘာသာနာကတော့ထားစတာပဒါဆိုတော့ကြီးအနည်းစပတ်စစ်တဲ့
However, in Psalm 107:33, he turns rivers into a desert, springs of water into thirsty ground. 2 Corinthians 5:17, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away, behold, the new has come. Isaiah 53:5, but he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed. God said, I will bring a new earth. It will be a new creation. And God said we are healed because of Christ's suffering. Our illnesses is like a dried up desert. We have to suffer. We cannot get enough sleep. We don't have a good appetite like others. And we can't get a prayer answered that we will get better. But if we grasp these verses, our illness will go away. Our head, we get a headache. We'll remember 2 Corinthians 5:17. I am a new creation. My head hurts. But I remember that I am a new creation. This illness has nothing to do with me. My waist hurts. Oh, this pain has nothing to do with me. Isaiah 53:5. I am healed because of Christ. If we think like this, slowly our illnesses will go away. However, maybe this is cancer. I might have to get surgery on my arm. I might have to get surgery on my legs. Should I get surgery on my head? If we have like this, it will not go away. It will only get worse. The fire will burn more. It cannot go away. It will not heal. Therefore today, if you want to be somebody that people look to, start reading the Bible every day. Pray every day. If you want to be somebody who chases the fire, give time to God every day. Put him as number one. And you will be somebody who's trying to put out the fire. You will be somebody who is so good to look at. And you will be somebody that people look up to. However, after you've heard this, you go home, maybe you'll say this. Oh, this is how it is. He is a Sunday school teacher. He has to read. But I'm not a teacher. I don't have to read. And you will not be someone good to look at. If you want to be somebody that people look up to, read the Bible. You will be someone that is chasing out the fire. You will not be an evil person. So I want to pray for you.
na basana kena ne mimi puara gale awada phalja je klekon ni dekhe bati pakon ni to lu bana na awane ye dal ne pa pha tan ne chute mana.
So if you're somebody who doesn't have time to pray every day or read the Bible every day, I want to pray for you.
Pasimla la pa me rile le so bale muni muso de pane bale ta de khot ba pa de kran ta e ba basara ne ba de khot odar ba sidata bu du mala monami ka bata shira bra bata mala bo so de ba ka to na nya ne phoka khiya aw de pa pha ta bo ne phoka la me na cha hi blu nan phoka la me na de khal se so aw de pa ne pa pha ra ta ne khot de me nya aw de ne pa pha ra ta so la ta ne khot de me nya le aw de u lo de to le phal cha ju khle ba ti ba de khle ba ta ni do o ba kha ke na aw de pa pha ta le ne me nya le yo da pa me nya aw de ba ta bu ne ma ne tu lo de ta ta hi u de ba pesina ta bu ne ma la monami ka ta shira bra ba ta ma la bo so kan ke ba ta bu ne ma ne ko lu la ne ta le ne phoka ki a ko bu a da ba ke e pha ta ne ko lu tha ne ke te ta chu ko le phal ne ko tha ko khlon ba ta nya ma su da ke te ko ne de ke pesina ta bu ne ma ne phoka ki ne mu ko de ni a da ba ke mi pa pa le e pha yo lu tha no ko du da le a phu ma ba kwa cha me wa ti kho ba le phal cha chu da ne da ba pesina ta bu ne ma la mon mi ke ba ta shira bra ba ta ma la bo so ke pesi blu na da ba kin wa sa krimi la pa amen. Ahora también na pun mana la chuna na mau ke saya ke sogi ke lugita la sogi pe ko ni no ada ke
Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! Like, comment, and subscribe!
Yeah.